Mr. No Nuts. Yep, Mr. No Nuts. I don't know what she's gonna cut off, but hey, good morning. Welcome back to Home Run Simmentals. All right, it is Saturday morning, and we are rolling. So we do have somebody coming this morning around 10 o'clock, so about an hour and a half, to look at the chopper, the Super 717. They had also mentioned that they might want to run it a little bit, see how it chops corn. So we probably need to rig something up for that. But yesterday, actually it was probably Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Yesterday or Thursday. Dad had gotten 2 loads of road base, and he got that all spread out. Monday will be Preg Check Day, which will also be the start of weaning. Because we're gonna bring him in, separate the calves off, Preg check moms, vaccinate them, worm them, and then the calves will stay. So we'll get that process going, which is about the right time. So Dad is touching up the knives just a little bit more in case the guy wants to try and chop a little bit. And we're just gonna, the field right over here, kitty corner from Mom and Dad's, we'll just pull in and take a swipe down that. So he's doing that. The one trick, or one thing to be cautious with that stone, is when you start out and you're dialing it in, you don't want to go too far, because if you take too much at one time and then you start trying to grind it, you'll bust that stone right off, and we've done that before. So, and it's like a $50 stone, so you don't really want to do that. All right, so actually some good news. Sold the chopper. Nice guy. He lives maybe, it's about 20 miles north of here. So hopefully he doesn't have any issues getting back. Never want to see that happen. But just has a little beef operation. He's going to chop some corn. And the chopper he got last year was not very good. We did do just a little bit of a test chop with it, and it did pretty decent. And was satisfying for him. So did have the owner's manual for it, so that was good. And it's in really good condition. So we took a little bit of a break. Also got a little bit of rain, which we're gonna be dodging some showers this afternoon. Puts a little bit of a damper on our work, but we need to get I think we're gonna get the grinder out, because the chopper's behind the grinder. I'm still not gonna show you the chopper. Plus I might wash it off. It's been in the barn for a few months, so it's got a little bird poop on it. All right, so I have teased it long enough. Now with our Super 717 gone this morning, which is really nice, I have mentioned that we've had our replacement chopper for quite some time. We just pulled it out of the barn, and it needed a little bit of a bath. So I pressure washed it, a lot of bird crap on it. But it's in pretty decent shape, and what we picked up was a John Deere 3970. We've never had a John Deere chopper before, but it's in nice shape. It's probably more chopper than we need. It does come with the 2-row corn head. I think this is the older style corn head. I'm not really sure. It's got the belt gathers, which I believe are the older style. I think the green heads are the ones that have a more traditional pickup, but this head came with it. It does have that we can install. It did come with like the reprocessing screen I guess it's supposed to hold it back, similar to our grinder, so that it chops it finer. This one does have a control box, so it does have power spout pivot, power spout tilt. It does have in and out for the head, up and down head, and then I believe it also will reverse from the control box as well. We have to figure out how that all works, because we know the hydraulics have to be running to do it, for some of it at least. But how that's all gonna work. This is gonna go on the 4430. So we actually had a halfway decent deal. We bought it from Swiderski's, which is just, we got it from the Wassa office. I don't typically go to that one or that one, but these three we've been to. But typically the Wassa one's it's literally like an 8-minute drive for us. So they actually had a pretty decent deal on this one, considering what is all here, and with the corn head, and as long as it all works, we actually got a halfway decent price for it. It does also have the iron guard, which I think there's supposed to be a magnet or something that'll help catch it and alert you if there's metal. Shouldn't have to worry about that too much unless something inside lets go. But yeah, this ought to be interesting. I have a manual coming for it. Should be here in the next day or so, and then we can start diving into it. It'll not be on this guy, it'll be on that guy. So yeah, that's the new to us chopper to go along with the 2 chopper boxes. So maybe a little bigger. It's a little bigger investment than we wanted to spend originally, but for what we ended up getting, we think it's pretty nice. Technology wise, is definitely an upgrade, even though these are still fairly old choppers, but for us it's pretty decent. We just got to get it all rigged up in there, getting power and getting the stuff all ran through the cab and everything. This also is 1000 PTO, so we will need to swap out our PTO on the tractor, which honestly we've never done before, but we've seen it done and it's not really too big of a deal. So, but there's our chopper, and we're gonna start looking at it in the next couple days, because we want to be chopping stuff soon. But yeah, there you go. Hey, good morning. All right, Sunday morning. It is a little different tempo out here today. We had some rain last night, about a ½ inch, and it looks like we got a little bit of water in the yard. Not too much. On the dock for today is we need to get the yard set and ready to go for tomorrow, because tomorrow we want to preg check. I'm going to take a half day of work and then be home about a little before 11, and our appointment is for like about 1:30, give or take. But we got to get everything in here ready to go. That means probably setting up our border wall here, making sure that the long shed is ready to go for the bull when he gets in here. We will bring a bale, one of those oats bales in and use it for bedding. But then going in the barn and making sure everything is kind of ready to go in here. Calves really won't have access to the barn, because that'll be the other thing. We're gonna bring everybody in and we'll sort off the cows. We'll run the cows through the chute. They'll get preg checked, they'll get wormed, vaccinated, and then they'll go out. Calves stay in and weaning begins. Okay, a little bit of update. It's about an hour later. I mean, nothing earth shattering. We've just been kind of cleaning up on the squeeze chute because, you know, bird shit. Sorry, but that's, I don't know, it irritates us. It's all functional, obviously. sprayed down a lot of the joints and stuff with WD-40. Got our wormer that I picked up last night. Had to go to Tractor Supply. Thought I could just run into Fleet, but I guess why would I think that? No, Fleet didn't have it, so had to go run up to Tractor Supply, which wasn't a big deal. It was all right. We were already bumming around for Saturday night. So for whatever reason, when you pull into this green feeder, it's just like a little bit of a hole on the left side. So that's all Dad wants to do is just put some in there. We've tried putting like dirt in there, and I don't know, it's just a soft spot. All right, not too bad. Had to get a little bit more because there's a little bit of a hole right in there too. So yeah, that'll be good. But now Dad's gonna go grab that bale, that core, and bring it over here. Yeah, easy peasy. Cows are chilling out in the field back here. They're actually just finally starting to get up. They must have really liked that rain. We got like a ½ inch last night, but they're all back here. We are going to move them onto the sorghum field today, because tomorrow when we want to sort them, there's not a good way to get them from back here into the barn. And if we put them on the sorghum field tomorrow, then we kind of screw ourselves. So we're gonna do that this afternoon. There's not a lot of grass on there. That'll be a good field to do some bale feeding on once it's just the cows. So hopefully they come in the yard pretty easily. This time of year they're typically pretty easy to coax, and once the cows come, the calves come. So I mean, we got about 2 hours tomorrow to get them in the yard. All right, so this is cleaned out, and that's exactly why we used just those rough sawn 2x that we had, because we don't care if we break one of these. But we did put these back up. I set these back in place because we don't want cows coming back into the new area tomorrow, because what'll end up happening is everybody's gonna come in here, and we want to get them obviously into the barn. So they're going to want to come up here before we try and get them to go over here, and that's just going to be a pain in the butt. Because we'll probably do is peel that back, or the gray one will come back, one or the other. It really doesn't matter. It works pretty good either way. Kind of just depends on how the cows are flowing. Sometimes they like one way and sometimes they like another way. All right, let's go find an opening, let these guys through. I think I have a spot. I hope I have a spot, because both of my spots, like the one I have been using, is Not usable. Oh, here we go. This will work. All right. I think they know what's going on. There we go. Nothing like some fresh grass. Now Dad is pretty insistent that we are cutting 2 bulls tomorrow. So I gotta kind of figure out who that's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, I think it's this guy right here. That's that Eagle bull. That, I don't know what's going on down there. They're just, I mean, he's got literally no balls. You got dudes like this. So let's take a couple peeks at these bulls, and I pretty much know which ones I'm going to cut. I know the Bruno bull's gonna stay, the 913 Eagle bull's gonna stay, the Mike Drop bull's gonna stay, and then the Bold Ruler will stay. I'd like to keep 5, but Dad's pretty insistent on cutting 2. This would be the other bull that we would probably cut. Would be the Bruno Black Bull, which has turned out really nice. And then this guy will stay. This is the 913, the Eagle. This is the one that we treated with the new dart. He is big. He is flipping big. Because that's a yearling heifer, or not a yearling heifer, that's a first calf heifer. So yeah, size comparison. Now we got Cora's heifer, which I haven't come up with a name for her yet. I think she's gonna stay. She's an FSS Dominion, but she's really taken on Mom's stature. Because here's our little Cora. Because Cher, I mean, she's out of Cher, and Cher is so big framed, and Cora's nice and moderate, and she is a Balboa daughter. Yeah, she's a Balboa daughter, and that was a bull that Brian Boyle bought from Stanley Martin's, and then Stanley bought him back, or they did some trading or something, because Balboa is a really nice heifer bull. Because Cora was, I think, 70 pounds, and I mean, just nothing. It was like nothing. And I've had some conversations with Brian, and he said that he's never had to assist a Balboa calf, which is really nice. And you got this dude back here, nice steer, Bruno steer. And then our Eagle bull, No Nuts, Mr. No Nuts. Yep, Mr. No Nuts. I don't know what she's gonna cut off, but he'll make a really nice steer too. All right, so it's halftime. I'm not gonna stick around for the second half. So we want to try and start getting the 44 hooked up to the chopper, because obviously that's where it's gonna live. All right, from one John Deere to another. Getting awfully green around here. We're gonna take the 44 back to the farm and back it up the barn hill, and then swap out the PTO shafts. We think that that's what we're supposed to do. We've never swapped one of those shafts out before, but we've heard you just back it up and incline a little bit, and so that the hydraulic fluid doesn't flow out. Oh, now it went. That was not bad at all. First time ever doing that. All right, cows seem to be happy. I got their mineral feeder out. Got a bag of the trace mineral there, just regular trace. And then this is the last bag of the NutriBeef all-purpose with Alticid, or the IGR, the insect growth regulator, to help with fly control. And then I got one more bag in the truck of mineral that is just the regular all-purpose NutriBeef mineral. So then we'll switch to that. All I gotta do yet tonight is feed the steers a little bit of ground feed, which is good because the loader tractor is already out. We're just dumping it out of the gravity box into the tractor bucket. Since it's gonna be a nice week, we're gonna do that. But it is the end of the weekend. It is Sunday evening, but I hope you guys liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for coming along.